Hello everyone, I'm Bill Hammond and I actually paid to see this. It's June, which means only one thing here in Los Angeles, the June Gloom. A month-long period where most days start off very cloudy and gray, and the sunshine we came here for gets severely delayed and we don't get any rain. Wait a minute. This is starting to feel really familiar. It's almost like I'm recycling old ideas and trying to pass it off as something new or original or entertaining. Oh, right. That's because the worst trailer in the world this month is yet another tired entry in an awful Michael Bay franchise that no one asked for. Same as I did last June. This time, instead of Transformers, it's Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Come on, Mike, slow down.
We are late.
As someone who lives in a city with a lot of traffic, it's bits like this one that just piss me off. You're late, so you feel justified in breaking every rule of the road for the sake of your own convenience, thereby making the rest of us late, or worse, because you're being reckless and dangerous. On behalf of everyone stuck on the 405, let me just say, screw you.
My stomach, Mike. I need a ginger ale.
And then they stop? So your excuse was just BS for the sake of a car stunt? Double screw you!
Get a ginger ale and nothing else.
Are those dogs fresh?
No, don't break your promise. What would Shanae say? And if you don't understand that reference, you're probably too young to watch this movie.
Give me one, put some relish on that motherfucker.
Open the register.
Stay right there.
Is that Skittles on the counter, Marcus?
This ain't mine, Mike.
Oh, I get it. It's because he's fat. He's addicted to food because he's so completely and totally morbidly obese that, let me just check here. 163? Are you kidding me? I've got this dude by almost 100 pounds, and even I have enough self-control to not get myself into this situation. What the hell?
Marcus, get in the car.
He has a gun to my head.
Want to deal with him? You want to deal with me?
Well, that all depends. Is the gunman going to make a G.I. Jane joke?
Call 911. Aren't you the police?
How do you know they're cops? They're wearing tuxedos. For all you know, they're going to a literal shotgun wedding.
Hey, Reggie, did you eat my snacks?
No, sir.
163.
You ate my snacks, didn't you? You need to get a job.
I'm a U.S. Marine, sir.
Well, then you need to deploy.
Sir, I believe you have consumed my snack foods because I am Brendan Fraser in The Whale, and as such, I demand that you go to a war zone and potentially die. I am a good person worth rooting for.
We now have evidence that the late Captain Conrad Howard of Miami PD was working directly with drug cartels for years.
This just in, breaking news, so everybody stop whatever it is that you're doing for this very urgent information. A dead guy might have done something wrong. His deadness will totally be a threat to you and everyone you love, despite the fact that he is, again, dead. This has been breaking news.
Then Howard is being framed.
Okay, what the hell kind of ADD-ass shot sequence is this? You start off with a scene that looks like sunset, then go to a full day shot with choppy ADR dialogue, and then a random cutaway to a lady in sunglasses before smash cutting to what is either a different woman entirely, or maybe the same one in a completely different outfit and hairstyle, cocking a machine gun, and then cutting to another car stunt outside of a Burger King. What does any of this have to do with Captain Howard being framed? What possible information is this supposed to convey? Why am I, as a viewer, meant to be excited or even give a damn about any of this? Most of what I do in these videos is just crack jokes, but this is just terrible editing and producing right here. It's 4 seconds of noise for no reason.
If he's seeing this, I'm probably dead.
You see, I made a deal with the agents to go back into the Matrix as a movie star, and this is where I ended up, so things probably didn't work out. Stupid Neo.
Come on.
Or that. That works too.
I don't know how high up this goes, but don't trust anybody.
It goes so high that it involves generic-looking criminals with guns! This is something we never could have imagined!
You should be careful. You're being set up, detective.
It's part of this vast conspiracy called Every Cop Movie Ever. Alright, what the hell even is this shot? Are we saying that the helicopter moved up and down, but it only affected one person in the fight? Or are we saying that he's strong enough to lift a guy like a rag doll in midair? This is just stupid trying to be stylish, which, honestly, you can say about any property that Michael Bay has ever touched. And yes, before you jump down my throat, I know he's not directly involved in this one. I don't care. Just because your dad walks out doesn't mean he's not responsible for how messed up you turned out.
We got 2 suspects, Lowry and Burnett.
We also have a slow-mo running shot for no particular reason.
No! Windshield wiper fluid is flammable!
I ain't no damn scientist.
Inflammable means flammable? What a country!
And yes, I know that I've used this clip before, but guess what? If they're not gonna try, why the hell should I? Martin Lawrence waving his around to an entire city skyline. If that's not a metaphor for this entire series, I don't know what is.
I need Nasty Mike. Bad boy.
I don't know about Nasty Mike, but this is starting to feel like the cinematic equivalent of a Dirty Sanchez. And if you don't get that reference, you're definitely not old enough to see this movie.
I got this. What you don't know?
It's just... I feel so bad for all those Skittles.
Are y'all still in our clothes?
Just because we black, we still in your shit.
Somehow, the most unbelievable part of this trailer is the idea that 2 rednecks with guns would either talk to or mess with 2 black men who trespass onto their property, complete with a Confederate flag, rather than just shoot them on sight. How is this possible?
Why don't you sing us a little Reba song?
Reba.
Sing your favorite.
I'm a woman.
So I'm a strong black woman.
Yeah, because she's not black.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just painful. But you know what? Let's look on the bright side here. Let's give them a benefit of the doubt and try to workshop this a little bit. Believe it or not, I actually do want the movies I complain about to be better. I'm not just pissing into the wind here. So let's see. Reba McEntire has a rather famous song called Fancy. It was a crossover pop hit, was even used in commercials for a while. Similarly, there's a rap song called Fancy that was a hit for Iggy Azalea and Charlie XCX a few years back. Based on that, you could argue that these are tracks that everyone involved in the scene could be reasonably aware of to one degree or another. So instead of this cringe, why not have Smith and Lawrence invite the yokels to sing along? Let them have a little hoedown where they go, "Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down," followed by Lowry and Burnett chiming with, "You already know, first things first, I'm the realest, drop this and let the world feel it." And then, when the stereotypes cut back in a second later with,
That ain't no Reba song.
It's from her mixtape.
you can actually have that punchline land because you'll have made an impromptu mixtape in the scene. What'd it take, like a minute to come up with a smarter joke than anything we've seen in this clip? It took no effort whatsoever. Just a desire to not suck.
What you gonna do? What you gonna...
And that right there encapsulates the entire problem with this series. From the very beginning, it was, is, and always will be only about one thing. Hey, remember the theme song from Cops? And there it is, the worst trailer in the world for this month. Look, if you're a fan of these movies, I'm not gonna hold it against you. We all like some silly, dumb things, as I mentioned last June with Transformers. But again, just meet me halfway and admit that it's silly and dumb. This trailer tries to act like we're looking at some kind of hardcore, high-level action, when in reality it's just moronic. And that's fine! It can be really, really fun! Hell, Hot Fuzz literally referenced Bad Boys 2 under this very premise. Just don't pretend to be something you're not. It's okay. Live your best life. Be true to yourself. Also, the last film was a shock hit. The only one in the entire series to get positive reviews, and thanks to COVID, it became the highest grossing film of 2020 by default. So why would you follow it up with something that looks so cheesy and has none of the elements that made the last one a success? This trailer came out almost 3 months ago, and I have seen it in front of every single film I've seen since then, save the ones targeted directly at little kids. It doesn't matter what the age range is or the genre, I've had to sit through these excruciating 3 minutes nearly every time. That just screams desperation to me. It's like Sony and Columbia know that this is a dud, and they're banking so heavily on recreating the financial triumph of the last one, which was a January release, mind you, that they moved this one to summer tentpole status and are trying to inundate you with it until you're so numb that you lose the ability to think critically and hand over your cash. Sorry, not falling for it. This feels like a slap in the face to fans of this franchise, as well as fans of action and comedy in general. And given one of the stars of this flick, that's not exactly surprising, but it is dispiriting. That's all for this month. Keep it locked on the blog, actuallypaid.com, for more reviews and features. Please consider liking and subscribing if you've made it this far without wanting to shoot me in the face. And as always, if you have any suggestion for other previews to get the worst trailer treatment, hit me up in the comments below, or just say hi. Hi always works. Until next time, everyone, I'm Bill Hammond. I actually paid to see this. 163. That one hurt. Oh. Let's try that again. I don't know about Nasty Mike, but this is Starfleet. No. I really gotta stop eating In-N-Out before doing these videos.
A member of the BTRP Media Network.